Hey, welcome back. This is Ep.2 of the Cranjis podcast. Today, I wanted to talk about why I think everybody should have a bucket list. Okay, I've had a bucket list now for over 10 years and I've been constantly adding to it. I don't think I've really taken anything off it. However, I constantly add to it. The reason I don't take anything off a bucket list is because even if that thing doesn't mean something to me now, it used to mean something to me. It was still a part of my life. It's similar to the reason I get tattoos. I get tattoos of everything that has a meaningful impact on my life. And even if it doesn't mean something to me in the future, it did at one point, so it tells a story. So I feel completing that thing off my bucket list, or aiming towards that thing on my bucket list, even if I don't want it now, I think it was still important for me that I do it anyway. Just to prove to myself that I did this for my younger self, more or less. However, the reason I wanted to talk to you today about why you should have a bucket list is because having a bucket list has changed my life. Okay, I'm going to read out a couple of the things on my bucket list here. I've got my bucket list just on my notes here. My number one thing on my bucket list was always to skydive. I went skydiving for my 18th birthday, I believe it was. And it was the best thing I've ever done. It wasn't my 18th actually, it was maybe my 19th. It was the best thing I've ever done to this day, experience-wise. I always wanted to do it, and it was always the highest thing on my bucket list. And to eventually do that thing and cross it off, there's no feeling like it. You feel like you're actually just going places. To lay it out simply, why I think you should have a bucket list, though, is because a bucket list is literally just a list of how you would live your dream life. Okay, you get to write down every experience and moment and achievement that would be in your dream life. Just write it down clearly in list form, and then you just live your life chasing those things. And if you live your life chasing those things, even if some of them don't even happen, just being in pursuit of those things, it forces you to live this dream life that you've dreamt up. So I don't see why not everyone would have a bucket list. It is literally amazing to me that some people don't, because it's a way of just writing out your dream life and then chasing that. A lot of people think they don't know what they want to do with their lives. So I encourage you to sit down with a pen and paper, and don't do it on your notes on your phone, because there's something about writing down with a pen and paper that actually means a lot more, reinforces it in your brain. So take out a pen and paper, and it's a fun activity to do. You can make it look nice. You can just scribble it on a lined piece of paper or whatever. My bucket list, we'll call it what you want. Mine's called Dream World. And then write down all the things. And if you can't think of anything, think of all the cool things that you think would make a sick experience, right? I'll give you some examples of mine. I've got swim with sharks, hold a world record, get a tattoo, kiss in the rain, learn to handstand, speak fluent Spanish, see the Grand Canyon, chase a tornado, run a marathon, sneak into an expensive event, jump off a moving train into water, take my mom skydiving, film a good level street magic video, complete a triathlon. Okay, they're just a few examples. I could go on forever about all these. I've literally got about 69 things on here. Oi, oi. There is a reason for that, obviously. However, I will keep adding to it throughout my life. I add to it maybe once every couple months, but obviously it's completely up to you how often you add to it. The importance of a bucket list is astonishing. Okay, not only does it give you something to work towards, but when you achieve that thing, or that moment when you can physically cross out that thing off your bucket list because you just did it, it's mind-blowing, okay? It's insane. It's such a good feeling, and there's no feeling like it. I'll give you an example of mine. Tattoo. Get a tattoo, experience something truly beautiful, skydive, travel across the Golden Gate Bridge, touch a famous piece of art, learn to juggle, learn to solve a Rubik's Cube. These are all ones that I've done, okay? These are all ones that were on my bucket list, and they've been on my bucket list for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, and then I eventually cross it off, or I chase that thing, and then I cross it off. Recently, my most recent one was climb a mountain and see a giant panda. Okay, pandas have always been my favorite animals growing up. Recent years, it's become a great white shark. However, growing up, pandas meant everything to me. And so to finally cross that off was insane. And climb a mountain, I did that in Mexico with my girlfriend recently. I was a couple of weeks ago. Again, when you can cross that off afterwards, it's crazy. So, if you want to live an insane life with lots of experiences unlike anybody else's, full of adventure, and outside your comfort zone, which, by the way, to repeat, is where all the best things in life lie, outside your comfort zone, then make a bucket list right now and work towards those things. It doesn't have to be anything extreme. It can be as small as write a diary, start a diary, or make a certain amount of money this month, start a business, and then it could be polar plunge, like take an ice bath, or it can be something super complex like climb a mountain or get 1 million subscribers on YouTube. That's another one of mine. So if you don't start a bucket list, you're missing out big time. People, even if you have these dreams and you know what you want, it's so much easier to just lay it out in the form of a list. Clearly write it out. Clearly, one at a time, go after these things. And then you're just living your best life without even realizing it. If you chase these things one by one, it's like Point Break. Have you ever seen the film Point Break? If you have, it's all like the seven wonders of the world. It's not the 7 wonders of the world. But you know what I mean. They chase these things one by one. And then before you know it, you're living this dream life. You're living your best life. And then you get old, you become old, and you look back and you've done so many of these things. And it's not about completing your bucket list. It's not about you have to get everything ticked off. The more the better, obviously. However, it's the pursuit of all these things, the things you learn along the way, the things you experience along the way, the moments you share with other people along the way, and the people you meet along the way. That's what makes this worth it. I promise you, getting a bucket list will change your life. I am starting a YouTube series called Dream World, where I'm going to chase everything off my bucket list one by one. I've made the thumbnails for a lot of them. I've started working on the videos. The videos I'm working on at the moment is learn to do a handstand and learn to do 10 clean muscle ups. They're the two I'm working on at the moment, having a few technical issues, but 2026 is the year for these bucket list videos for me. Excuse me. But it can be 10 things, it can be 5 things, and then slowly add to it. Mine's 69 things right now. Okay, I want mine to be 100 plus. And you might not be able to think of them, but you will think of them as the months go on. Also, ideas that you come up with might inspire other ideas. I'll see if I've got an example of that. I want to meet Lionel Messi, and then that put in my head, meet Ronaldinho. So now on my bucket list, I want to meet Lionel Messi and meet Ronaldinho. Also, a lot of these things should be based out of what you fear, okay? The scariest thing I could possibly imagine for me to do is bungee jump. Okay, I'm scared of heights. I don't know if I'm terrified of heights or just scared of heights. I'm scared of heights. When I went to my skydive, my mum booked that for my birthday as a surprise. So we turned up thinking we were doing an indoor skydiving thing. The indoor skydiving experiences you could do, you know. And then it turns out it was just me doing a skydive. I rock up, there's an airfield, there's planes going up, and I'm like, no. I was like, I've wanted to do this my entire life. But in the moment, because it was a surprise, I wasn't mentally prepared or anything. I can't do this. I cannot do this right now. What have you done to me? Anyway, I do it because I'm really seeking discomfort from the exterior. And I'm chasing doing what scares me. So I did it. Number one best experience in my life. However, anything out of fear is going to not just give you better experiences, better lessons, it's going to just improve your mindset so much. You'll become so much more mentally strong if you do things out of fear on your bucket list. So I've got bungee jump. Oh, that's what I was talking about. Sorry. Bungee jump is the number one thing I would be most scared of. So I put that on my bucket list. I don't want to do that for fun. I want to do it to conquer a fear. I want to do it to go on the other side of that fear and do it out of love. Choose love instead of fear, because I know that that unlocks so much for me in terms of self-improvement. Anything you do, anytime you choose love over fear, it will unlock so much in terms of your self-improvement. Hot air balloon, that's another scary one for me. I'm petrified of heights, but I want to do it because it scares me. Okay, so these things on your bucket list, they can be small, fun, enjoyable things, or they can be things that terrify you that you don't really want to do, but you know will improve you. So, if there's one thing you do today, please, please, please make a bucket list. Okay? Start with one thing, go from there. But write it out on a pen and paper, make a bucket list, chase these things one at a time, and you're living your dream life without even realizing it. You've put out into a list your perfect life to live, and then you're chasing that thing, meaning you're living that life. You can't think of a more practical way to live a dream life. It's like just following instructions. So thanks for sticking with me and watching episode 2 of the Cranjis podcast. Please go away now and write with a pen and paper your bucket list. And good luck chasing those things. Enjoy, have fun. Trust me, it works. It will change your life forever. Go make a bucket list and live your dream life. Thanks, guys. See you in Ep.3. See you in Ep.3.